Good evening. I'd like to call the order of the St.Charles City Council meeting for Monday, June 3rd, 2024. Nancy, will you please call the roll?
Petula.
Here.
Werba.
Here.
Besner.
Here.
Weber.
Here.
Lokitis.
Here.
Folk.
Here.
Baumgart.
Here.
Munn. Here. Lencioni.
Here.
Gem.
Here.
Thank you. Tonight's invocation will be given by Alderman Gem.
Good evening. Lord, we give you thanks for this glorious day. We give you thanks for the end of a successful school year for all of our D303 students and teachers and administrators. We ask for your guidance and wisdom and counsel as we consider things before us tonight and in the future for the benefit of all the residents of our city of St. Charles. Please protect and keep in your hand our first responders, our fire, police, EMS, all of the city of employees, all of our elected and appointed officials, and bless this meeting with your presence tonight. In your name we pray. Amen.
Alderman Petula, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please join me in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the first one is always one of my favorites. The two gentlemen up front know this. So if you please stand up. I know Coach Potter isn't here today, so I'll do the best to give you guys both justice. And I know some of the aldermen up here, specifically Weber and Lencioni, know all about wrestling. And if I missed any of you, sorry about that. But could you both please come up here? Because I think we'll do a photo separately and then together if you're okay. So I'll try to do my best. Correct me if I'm wrong in any of this wrestling jumbo here. But Jaden Colon is the 2019 Greco World Team member. He is a Pan American champion, winning gold in both freestyle and Greco wrestling. He is also 2022 Fargo National finalist. You're going to be continuing your career at University of Illinois. And so you just graduated. You were state champ 3 times? Okay, and can you tell me your weight and just tell us a little bit about what your plan is?
My weight is, sophomore year I wrestled 145 and then continued with that weight throughout both years, or all 3 years. And my plan is to go down to 41 for college.
So congratulations to Jaden. I'll give you your... And then I will say both of you, when my son was a wrestler, looked at you, you probably know Quinn, running around the wrestling room, and just the mentorship that you gave him is very much important to me. So I want to thank you for that too, because these young men are not only champions, but they're also good mentors and good role models to students in our community. So I want to thank you for that too. And then I'll move on to Ben Davino. This is your 4th time here, right? Have I been able to do this every time, or was it just 3? I did it every time, so that's so exciting. So I love giving you this sign, so thank you for that opportunity. Ben finished his high school career. I mean, this is just crazy. 181, 1 loss. That's it, 181 wins, 1 loss. You will go down, I know, in history of St. Charles East as one of the best wrestlers in history. We won't tell Potter that, because you know. He was U17 World Team member. You're continuing your career at Ohio State University. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I'm majoring in sports industry at the Ohio State University, and I plan to wrestle at 132 pounds.
Thank you. And I know you're going to send me a picture of all of them on your mantle because I've seen all 3 on Facebook, so I'm looking for the 4th. So congratulations to you both. Did you want to take a picture with both of them? Can we do that? Is that okay?
Like,
And then we have 3 proclamations this evening. I will start first with the Gun Violence Awareness Day 2024 proclamation. And then I will call Anita Walls up. She'll say a few words, and then we'll do a photo as well for that. This proclamation declares the first Friday in June to be National Gun Violence Awareness Day in St. Charles, Illinois, to honor and remember all victims and survivors of gun violence, and to declare that we as a country must do more to end this public health crisis. Whereas every day, 120 Americans are killed by gun violence, and more than 200 are shot and wounded, with an average of nearly 18,000 gun homicides every year. And Americans are 26 more times likely to die by gun homicide than people in other high-income countries. And whereas in Illinois has 1,657 gun deaths every year, with a rate of 13.2 deaths per 100,000 people, a crisis that costs the state $18.6 billion each year, of which $625.5 million is paid by taxpayers. Illinois has the 35th highest gun deaths in the U.S. And whereas support for the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens goes hand in hand with keeping guns away from people with dangerous histories. And whereas mayors and law enforcement officers, in partnership with local violence intervention activists and resources, know their communities best and are the most familiar with local criminal activity, how to address it, and are best positioned to understand how to keep their citizens safe and find evidence-based solutions for their communities. And whereas gun violence prevention is more important than ever, as we've seen an increase in firearm homicides and non-fatal shootings across the country, increased calls to the domestic violence hotline, and an increase in city gun violence. Whereas by wearing orange on June 7, 2024, Americans will raise awareness about gun violence and honor the lives of gun violence victims and survivors. And whereas we renew our commitment to reduce gun violence and pledge to do all we can to keep firearms out of the hands of people who should not have access to them, and encourage responsible gun ownership to help keep our families and communities safe. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Mayor Laura Vitek of the City of St. Charles, declare the first Friday in June 7, 2024, to be National Gun Violence Awareness Day. I encourage all citizens to support their local communities' efforts to prevent the tragic effects of gun violence and to honor and value human lives. So I'll bring Anita up. I know that we've done this proclamation for the last few years with Moms Demand Action, and the message is to just safe and responsible gun ownership. So I know Anita's going to talk about that a little bit, but I'm happy to do this proclamation for you all today.
Thank you, Mayor. My glasses on, sorry. I wish I could do otherwise. Thank you, Mayor Vitek and City Council, for your advocacy and support of the Common Sense gun safety efforts. My name is Anita Walls, and I'm honored to be here today to witness the reading of the St. Charles Gun Violence Awareness Proclamation in order to bring attention to how gun violence impacts our communities. And we're especially proud that on Wear Orange Friday, June 7th, the city will be shining orange light on our community in honor of our survivors, victims, and their families. On January 21st, 2013, Hidea Pendleton marched in President Obama's second inaugural parade. 1 week later, she was shot and killed on a playground in Chicago. Soon after this tragedy, her friends commemorated her life by wearing orange, the color that hunters wear in the woods to protect themselves and others. Wear Orange is now observed every June. Thousands of people wear the orange color to honor Hidea and the more than 43,000 Americans killed with guns, and approximately 76,000 more are shot and wounded every year. This year, we once again unite in our call to end gun violence as we come together for the 10th anniversary of Wear Orange. We honor the communities shattered by gun violence alongside the more than 120 people who are shot and killed, and hundreds more who are wounded and traumatized every day in our country. We deserve more than to live in a country where firearms are the leading cause of death of children and teens. Together, we can build a future free of gun violence. Thank you again for your support.
Okay, we'll give you a better one. Thank you. Okay, moving on now to LGBTQIA+ Pride Month, June 2024. So earlier today, led by this group here, the Equity and Inclusion Commission, and so many supporters, we did raise the pride flag outside City Hall. Whereas the city of St. Charles, Illinois enjoys the title Pride of the Fox, in part because it celebrates the diversity of the people who live, work, and visit St. Charles. Whereas all visitors and members of our community should feel safe, welcomed, valued, respected, included, and supported by fellow citizens, educators, and community leaders. And whereas the LGBTQIA+ residents and their allies have made visible positive contribution to the quality of life in St. Charles. And whereas throughout history, LGBTQIA+ people have faced and continue to face prejudice and discrimination. And whereas the city of St. Charles stands behind our country's founding principles of equal rights, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all people. And whereas in recognition of demonstrations known as the Stonewall Uprising in June 1969, the month of June is traditionally recognized as Pride Month in the United States and in the state of Illinois. Now, therefore, I, Laura Vitek, Mayor of the City of St. Charles, in partnership and support with the Equity and Inclusion Commission of the City of St. Charles, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2024 as Pride Month in the City of St. Charles and call upon the residents of our community to celebrate the great diversity of St. Charles, work together to break down the walls of discrimination, intolerance, and lack of understanding, and promote full equal rights for all Americans, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity. And be it further resolved that the City of St. Charles did raise the rainbow flag for the month of June 2024 as a sign of the St. Charles support for the principles of the LGBTQIA+ Pride. So I'd like to bring up Samantha to say a few words, but I'd also like it if the Equity and Inclusion Commission wanted to come up for a photo too. Okay?
Hi, so I'm Samantha Newman. I'm the chair of the Equity and Inclusion Commission. So I'm just going to share what I said to the crowd that we had out there today. I just wanted to let them know that we're a new commission. We're just coming up on 1 year now, that we're volunteer residents selected from applicants to be on the commission, and that the city ordinance that created the commission says that the overall purpose of the Equity and Inclusion Commission shall be to make recommendations to the City Council to ensure our community is open, inclusive, welcoming to all individuals regardless of age, gender, race, culture, sexual orientation, religion, or abilities. So I just told everyone out there that there's a lot of work that we hope to accomplish, a lot ahead of us, and it's work that we're committed to doing and excited to be doing and to be pushing forward. I shared that our meetings are open to the public and that we as a commission want every individual and community here in St. Charles to feel not only welcome, but included, heard, seen, listened to, and celebrated. So today, as we recognize June as Pride Month here in St. Charles and to the LGBTQIA+ community, families, and allies, we want them to know, we want you to know that we're here and we see you and we stand with you and we hear you and we want to hear more from you and from every other underrepresented community here in St. Charles. We want you to feel included and celebrated for who you are, and just that we're happy that we were able to raise the flag and that as a city we were able to recognize June as Pride Month here. And we're happy to be a part of making people feel, who live here now, feel more like they belong and that they have respect and representation in our hometown. We also were so happy to see our banners up, furthering that visible celebration. And we're super proud that the mayor, again, made the proclamation. And I just want to thank the council for their support of our commission work. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, and one more. So this is for the American Diabetes Association Tour de Cure Day, and this is very important and interesting to me, as the ladies here in the front know, because in my real life job at Delta Dental of Illinois, we do support a lot of what they do for their camps, their student camps. And throughout the process, when they decided to move Tour de Cure to St. Charles from, I think it was Elmhurst, right? Aurora. So we recently did that last year, and we've moved it here again, so I'm very proud of that. I think because of the partnership we've developed, which is very exciting for me. And in the process of all this, my brother's step-granddaughter got diagnosed with diabetes. So it's very important to me that we're doing this. I like what you do, and I'm glad that you're keeping it in St. Charles. So I'll read the proclamation. I'll bring you up to say a few words. Whereas diabetes is an epidemic in the United States, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, over 38 million Americans have diabetes and face its devastating consequences. There are 8.7 million Americans that have diabetes and don't know it, and 98 million American adults have prediabetes. What's true nationwide is also true in Illinois. More than 1 million adults in Illinois, or 10.9% of the adult population, have diagnosed diabetes. Every year, an estimated 58,000 adults in Illinois are diagnosed with diabetes. Whereas in 2022, the total cost of diagnosed diabetes and prediabetes in the United States was over $412 billion. People with diabetes have healthcare costs that are 2.6 times greater than those without diabetes. Whereas the mission of the American Diabetes Association is to prevent and cure diabetes and to improve the lives of all people affected by diabetes. Whereas Tour de Cure is the premier cycling fundraising event of the American Diabetes Association that creates a sense of unity and shared purpose in the fight to end diabetes. The City of St. Charles, Wintrust Bank of St. Charles, and other companies and organizations are joining forces to bring the Chicagoland Tour de Cure to Potawatomi Park on Saturday, August 10th, 2024. Whereas Tour de Cure provides a unique opportunity for individuals to combine their love for cycling with a great purpose. Riders raise awareness about diabetes and contribute to the fight against the chronic disease. Tour de Cure is not just about cycling, it is also about a powerful fundraising platform. Riders raise funds directly supporting the American Diabetes Association's efforts to advance research, education, advocacy, and support for those with diabetes. Now, therefore, I, Laura Vitek, Mayor of the City of St. Charles, Illinois, do hereby proclaim August 10, 2024 as American Diabetes Association Tour de Cure Day in the City of St. Charles, and encourage our citizens, businesses, educators, and volunteers to support the Chicagoland Tour de Cure through cycling, fundraising, volunteering, or sponsoring in hopes that one day we can end diabetes. So I'll invite the team up here now.
Thank you, Mayor Vitek and council members. We are so grateful for the support of St. Charles and what you've shown the Tour de Cure and for joining the ADA in the fight against diabetes. Thank you for allowing us to be here tonight, and we would like to invite all of you to join us at the Tour de Cure this summer. I am Megan Burns. I'm the Executive Director of the American Diabetes Association in Illinois. And as you heard in the proclamation, there is a diabetes crisis in this country. The ADA is leading this fight against the deadly consequences of diabetes and supporting everyone affected by the disease. Our vision is simple: a life free of diabetes and all of its burdens. We work to uplift people affected by diabetes everywhere. We have 4 major pillars of focus to better serve the needs of people living with the disease and to move more swiftly toward achieving our mission. This is increased risk awareness, funding innovative research, improving medical care, and engaging the community. Now, you heard some daunting statistics a moment ago that demonstrate the magnitude of the impact that diabetes has on our country. But what stands out for me is not just the number of people already living with diabetes, but the pre-diabetes statistics. 98 million adults with pre-diabetes, 1 in 2 adults living with diabetes or pre-diabetes. And with a healthcare system and economy already stretched thin with the current diabetes population, the need to end diabetes has never been more urgent, and our ability to make a difference has never been greater. So that's why we're here today. So we would love it if you and everyone in St. Charles would come out and join us in making that impact. We hope you'll ride with us in August and help us move closer to fulfilling that mission. So to tell you quickly on how you can actually get involved, here's my colleague, Kayla Carter.
Thank you, Megan. Hello, everyone. My name is Kayla Carter. I'm the Director of Development on the team in the Illinois market. So there are a few ways to get involved here. One would be to sponsor our event through your company and receive on-site and digital benefits. 2 would be to create a corporate team or a friends and family team or register as an individual to help raise funds. And also to volunteer, I will pass it over to Olivia to announce.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, like Kayla said, we have a lot of great volunteer opportunities. If you're interested, you can visit our website at diabetes.org, and the sign-up link is there. You can also come meet me after, and I'm happy to give you my email. But three of the areas that we need the most help is one, our rest stops. Along our route, we'll have 6 rest stops or so where our riders can stop, get refreshed. If they live with diabetes, they can make sure that their levels are fine, they're properly fed and hydrated. We also could use some help the day before to set up on site at Potawatomi Park right around the corner. And thirdly, a cheer squad for our start and finish line would be really great to help cheer on our riders as they come and go from their ride in the day.
Thank you. So we appreciate the work you do, and thanks for bringing it back to St. Charles, too. And now the omnibus vote, Alderman Besner.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to make a motion to approve the omnibus vote.
Second.
Moved by Besner, seconded by Wirball. Any comments or questions? Nance, please call the roll.
Petrillo?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Besner?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Pope?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Munn?
Yeah.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Gem?
Yes.
Thank you. We do not have any old business or new business, so under committee reports, government operations, Alderman Weber, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
And government services, Alderman Bongard, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
And planning and development, Alderman Lencioni, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Do we have any public comments this evening? Okay. I do have a couple of items. Want to wish a happy Father's Day to Attorney Peppers, Larry Gunderson, Scott Swanson, Jim Keegan, Peter Sir, Steve Weber, Ed Besner, Bob Gem, Paul Lencioni, Brian Bongard, Mark Foltz, Ron Kulkaitis, and I think I got it. Well, John, you too. And I'm sure any other dad in the audience here. Happy Father's Day. We won't be meeting again before that, so I want to wish you all happy Father's Day. We will have an executive session following Alderman Weber's committee meeting, so you'll have to leave for that. And then anything on council, any council members? Yes, Alderperson. No, sorry.
Just a quick comment. So recently, I don't know if the rest of the council knows, the reason I mention this, I want to actually give praise to the police department, Chief. There was a incident on First Street Plaza with some skateboarders, and arrest was made and what have you, and I was actually there, but I just wanted to say kudos to the police. You guys took care of it. The officers were wonderful. But with all that said as well, I wanted to also suggest, maybe you can refresh my memory, Heather, like maybe we need to start talking about, we haven't already, because I can't recall having a dedicated downtown officer.
It's a discussion that we've been having with the police department, just trying to balance some resources. So please, if anybody hears of that, please report it, and it helps us to further allocate those in a better way.
Right. Yeah. Those are just a couple just one comment I want to make. But again, thank you to the police department. So.
Thank you, Alderman Besner.
I'd just like to add to that, Jenna, with the Business Alliance, they have over the last 2 weeks, I believe, put up a number of no skateboarding signs, visual signs, kind of not discreet, but they're not so obvious, but at the same time, I think they're helpful as well. So.
Okay. Anyone else? Anything from staff? Okay. Then, as I mentioned, executive session will follow committee, so I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Lencioni, seconded by Wirball. Nance, can you please call the roll?
Petrillo?
Yes.
Wirball?
Yes.
Besner?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Kulkaitis?
Yes.
Pope?
Yes.
Bongard?
Yes.
Munn?
Yeah.
Lencioni?
Yes.
Gem?
Yes.